and with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
As Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat on the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, Jesus is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way, your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on his way. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Had to make sure the microphone works. In 2007, I had a conversation with our old pastor, Father John Paul. And he came up to me and he said, "John, I'd like you to be an extraordinary minister of Holy Communion and a lector at Sunday Mass." I said, "Okay." Then he said, "Did you ever think about being a permanent deacon?" Which I said, "No." He said, "Pray about it." So I entered formation, and the thing about formation is after every academic year, they sit down with the candidate and their wives, and it's usually a priest or deacon. And we start talking, and they want to know how God is active in our lives and how we're making out in formation. But what they're really looking for is, do we feel that God is truly calling us to this ministry? For you see, God doesn't speak in a loud, booming voice. God speaks in the quiet and in the silence and in the whispers. And it makes sense if you think about it, because a whisper and silence is very easy to ignore or not to hear. The Lord wants us to listen to Him with an open heart because of our free will, not in spite of it, because of a loud, booming voice. In the gospel today, we hear Bartimaeus. And Jesus finally says to him, "What is it you want me to do for you?" For the Lord is asking us, what does the Lord want us to do for Him? The way the Lord speaks to us and the way the Lord listens to us is a lot of light. It's in the silence. And we must be like Bartimaeus. We must call out to Him over and over and over again in a loud, booming voice, saying to the Lord, "Help me." For the Lord did say, and that point never has come, it really hits home with me, because when I come up here to church and there's somebody in this pew praying to the Lord in the tabernacle, and then I go to the adoration chapel, or I go downstairs, and somebody else is in a different location praying to the same Lord. For you see, the Lord listens to each one of us in a perfect way that's perfect for us. So we must constantly ask, and we shall receive. Knock, and the door will be opened. So we must constantly, in a loud, booming voice, ask the Lord. This parish has been through a lot. And I believe it's because as a parish, we are praying for vocations in a loud, booming voice. Jesus, help in our parish, in our home, in our diocese, in our parish, in our home. With Mary we ask, with Mary we acclaim. Praise be Jesus. We are asking Jesus, send us help. Help us help ourselves in a loud, booming voice. And you know, I believe it is because of our prayers of vocation that Mike and I are here from this parish, stationed here. For we are truly both blessed to be here for you and with you. In 2007, I had a conversation with Father John Paul, which sent me down this wonderful path. And in a way, each one of us has to cry out to the Lord saying, I want to see, so that we can still truly see the path that he has for us.